not well done. All right, next up from my feed. This is a pretty good one. I'm not sure it's a completely on target. We'll talk about this, but this is a pretty good one. This is something I learned the hard way in sales, that rapport basically means nothing. Because if all you're trying to build is rapport, you're forgetting the reason that they reached out in the first place. They didn't call to make a new friend. They called you because they need help. Sales isn't about small talk, it's about service. It's about asking the right questions to understand your real situation. Some basic questions here. What problems are you dealing with right now? What made you call us today? Would you say this is something urgent? Where are you financially with this? People buy when they feel understood, not when they feel like you're nice. Serve them properly, and the sale becomes a byproduct of value, not rapport. This is something I've been hammering on for a few years. The rapport-only salesperson, the good time Charlie salesperson, is becoming obsolete. Not even obsolescent, but obsolete. And this solve the problems first mentality is driven, it's aging in. It's driven, like I said, by millennials and Zs. And now, I don't think rapport is worthless. I think genuine rapport built on genuine interest in the other person is a great launching pad to a sales call. And I'm going to give you my favorite question to ask to build rapport right now. Write this down, okay? And that question is this. Tell me how you came to be in this position. In other words, tell me your professional story. You'd be amazed at how much stuff people will tell you. And you build rapport just by shutting your mouth, listening to them, and tuning in. People love to talk about themselves. People love to tell their story. And if you give people a forum for telling their story, you build a lot of rapport through asking a question, listening to the answer, and then you can go back in and start talking. And actually, you should go ask more questions, but gain an understanding of the customer's situation, solve their problem, and then, by the way, you become somebody that they take a personal interest in. Again, one of those things that's aging in with the millennials and Zs. So that's from my feed for this week. Hope you had as much fun with it as I did. And for those of you who have hung on this long, or hell, let's be honest, for those of you who have fast forwarded, time for your quick win. Your quick win is this. We've talked a lot about asking questions and listening this week. And the technique that has worked the best for me to help do that is very simple. Write out the questions you plan to ask beforehand. Have a written cheat sheet of questioning. The reason for this is very, very simple. If you don't have to think about what you're going to ask next or what you're going to say next, you can be focused in on what your customer is saying. And the words that are coming from their mouth are more important than you.